What's up, everybody? This is Coach Kev of the Damage 365 Radio Network. I want to talk to you about one of our sponsors, the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. That's right, you heard it. They're in Englishtown Flea Market in the Green Building, booth number 35. They have everything for your wrestling collectible needs. Check them out. They got figures, DVDs, cards, t-shirts, and even tickets to local independent wrestling circuits. They have that and so much more. Look, sitting here listening to me talk about it does not do it justice. Go check it out for yourself. The Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore in the Englishtown Flea Market, Green Building, booth number 35. Also, check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/FunkensteinINC. And tell them Coach Kev sent you.
This is former WWE superstar The Patriot, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Do not touch that dial. USA, USA, USA.
This is Eddie Edwards, one half of the Wolves, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio, where the hunt is on.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
This is the hardcore icon, Just Incredible, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Now that's not just the coolest, that's not just the best. Damage 365 Radio, now that's just incredible.
Wrestling Superstore, selling wrestling memorabilia from all around the world, including WWE, TNA, Japan, Mexico, and the very best of the independents. They've got action figures, DVDs, autographed memorabilia, t-shirts, and more. Plus, stop in and get tickets for great promotions like UWA Elite, CZW, and many others. Located indoors at the world-famous Englishtown Flea Market, Green Building, booth number 35 on 90 Wilson Avenue, Manalapan Township, New Jersey. Open every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Log on to Facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc. for more information.
Join Brandon Lewis and Christopher Scythe Bracey every Tuesday night on youtube.com/2KW at 8:30 p.m. as they bring you the matches and moments that make 2KW Pro the heart of New York City. 2KW Pro, your company, your wrestling.
This is Jim the Amble Neidhart, and you're listening to Damage Radio 365. Yeah, baby!
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Just having some technical difficulties trying to get ODB on the line. She's currently driving and having some issues getting in touch with us. So we'll definitely get her on the line as soon as she's safe and pulled over and able to talk with us. But we'll get back to what we were talking about with the WWE superstars and what's going on now. Let's get back real quick. Let's get back to the women's division. And is there a future title coming up? Is there a women's universal championship coming up or something for SmackDown?
I don't think so. I mean, I think you'll see two shows have a battle royal on a pay-per-view for the number one contendership at the next pay-per-view. There's going to be something going on like that. You could see a storyline between Steph and Shane, arguing about the titles and how are they going to do that. It's not fair for one show to have a title and the other show to have another. So That's what I see. That's what I see in the near future. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know how much of the here's a problem if you do something like that. If you don't have Raw and SmackDown on the same pay-per-view every month, you run into a problem where, all right, say this month we have one, and Natalya becomes the number one contender for the title, and the championship's on the other show. Natalya gets hurt. Now it's 2 months before they are on other pay-per-view fighting each other again. Then you run into that problem where now you got to have another thing to determine the number one contender, and to me it's just going to be too difficult. But we're going to try getting ODB on the line again.
I say ODB number one contender.
Yeah.
Should probably like that.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we finally got her on. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
What's going on?
So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's former TNA Knockouts champion ODB. We finally got her pulled over to the side of the road, safe and sound.
Yeah, it's a little bit full 30-foot Airstream and talk on the phone at the same time.
All right, well, that's good. All right, so a couple of things we want to go over, kind of like the beginning of your career first, and a lot of people didn't know that you actually tried out for WWE's Tough Enough reality show, and you didn't make the final cut.
Yes, I was back in 2000, and I knew I wanted to become a wrestler, so I obviously, the easy way to get in. So I sent my tape, and I actually called myself ODB One Dirty Bitch already. And I got the call. They sent me to New York when where the WWE their restaurant was out there, and then did my thing and made it to the top 25. And then Stephanie McMahon came out and announced the top 12, and unfortunately, I didn't make it to the show, but kind of cool though. From that, Al Snow actually remembers me from Tough Enough, so we always kept in contact after that. So that's pretty cool that I stuck out, out of all those thousands of people trying out.
Now, was it Al Snow, or was it someone else that remembered you, that you got your shot at TNA?
What was that question again? Sorry.
I said, was it Al Snow, or was it someone else that gave you the call from TNA?
Oh no, gave me the call at TNA. Oh god, because I was in OVW at the time. Saucy Al didn't want me to go to TNA because I was in OVW trying to, get called up there, but Terry Taylor gave me the call, and then they decided that they were going to make a women's division. So.
Okay. Now, where did the whole boob grabbing thing come from? Like, when did that all start?
It actually started. I was kind of doing it in OVW. I had the ODB character since I started wrestling, and then kind of came out of my shell. And I remember I was at TNA when they were just getting all the Knockouts division started. I think I grabbed. I did the BAM thing, and I was getting that over, and then I think I kept grabbing. I don't really know exactly where it came from, but I think I just wanted to make sure that they weren't falling out. And then I got backstage, and they're like, what's up with the boob grab? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, well, keep doing it. And it's working. So.
It's working.
I love it. It totally worked.
Yeah. I think you gained a lot more of your fan base from the whole boob grabbing. I remember a lot of the signs where it had pictures of you, and it was just like hands on boobs.
Yeah, and then it came my signature, with handprint tank tops and stuff.
Yeah, which is pretty funny.
It was good.
Well, I seen her in a ring, and I thought she was absolutely phenomenal. And I turned away for a second, and when I turned back around, she was grabbing her boobs, looking at the crowd, and I was like, "Oh my god, my new favorite women's wrestler."
Like, oh boy.
You went over John, so that's good.
Again.
So I mean, you wrestled. I mean, you wrestled with a lot of names at TNA. Angelina Love, Awesome Kong, Gail Kim. I mean, the list go on and on and on, and a lot of them now, especially some of the guys are starting to get their names known at WWE. Were you?
Yeah.
Is it still something you want to do, or are you done with wrestling, or would you like to ever make that jump to WWE?
I mean, I'm not done with wrestling. I'm just focused on my other journey in life. I got, my own barbecue sauce and hot sauce out, so I'm just focused on that. And I like being my own boss, so I don't have to worry about. But I still do shows, here and there. But I got, just got my barbecue sauce going, and just really focusing on that. So I think if I was, somewhere on, TV like 4 days a week, I think it would kind of, or who knows, it could probably help it,
It's possibly.
But I'll do a dime out too. Yeah. So, it's been, sorry, at a restaurant here, sorry. At a nice little truck stop.
Like you say, I mean, you look at some of the names of, especially like the guys, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Eric Young.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those guys just recently made the jump over. Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. So I mean, a lot of these guys who they made their name at TNA, and they now had a chance to, I guess, kind of solidify themselves at WWE. And I think a lot of fans who are fans of women's wrestling, like, I think we're kind of, and it's not your fault, but I think we feel kind of let down that we never had the shot to see you on WWE TV.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been cool. But it was kind of cool, though, when you talk about, like EY, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Aries, and then AJ. Like, it's pretty damn cool when those guys, when AJ Styles showed up at the Royal Rumble, like, holy crap, and the crowd went nuts, like, that to me, like, all those guys busted their ass, and, they made TNA a lot. Those guys were there from the beginning of day one and built a company, and now they're going off and, make a name for themselves in WWE and NXT, and I think that's freaking awesome. It's pretty, it's got to be exciting for those guys now,
Yeah, absolutely. And now, you said you're doing some wrestling shows here, and you do independent here and there.
Yeah, I'm picky about my shows, so I'm I'll get a lot of bookings thrown at me, but I don't have the patience a lot for a lot of indie promoters. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
But there's a lot of shady people out there. They'll book you up, and then the date's kind of getting there, and like, all right, where's my deposit? Where's my plane ticket?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we canceled the show. I'm like, well, you kind of want to tell me so I can.
Yeah, so you can book something else for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what ruins it for people like us, where we bring in talent to conventions and things. Is you got those bozos that do that, they cancel on you, and then when we call you, you're very, the wrestlers are hesitant, but like, they're like, oh well, you got this date coming up, how do I know it's gonna happen, and blah blah blah. So it's sad. Yeah, there's a lot of douchebags out there, and then but there's a lot of good men, there's a lot of good promoters out there, and good shows, and I just did actually, I'm coming home. I'm heading back to the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, and I just did a show out in kind of